Guys, I've got a question for you. When was the last time you said something to a girl that really made her smile? I mean, something that made her look at you and think, wow, this guy is different. Something that made her feel admiration, respect, or maybe even sparked a little something in her eyes. If you can't remember, or if you feel like you've just been saying the same old things, you need to listen to this video till the end. Here's the problem. A lot of guys mess up when it comes to complimenting girls. They think that saying you're so beautiful or your dress is gorgeous is enough. Sure, those are compliments, but bro, they're just surface level. Girls hear those lines 1,000 times, so they don't leave a lasting impact. If you want to leave a deep impression, you've got to go beyond that. Focus on the things that make her unique, the things that set her apart from other girls. Girls are just like us. They want to feel seen and understood, not just based on their physical appearance. They want a guy who can see their personality, their passions, even the little things that make them special. And that's where I come in, bro. In this video, I'm going to share 6 types of compliments that will not only make her happy, but also make her remember you for a long time. These are not your ordinary compliments, bro. These are compliments that touch her emotional side, making her feel valued as an individual, not just as a pretty girl. I'm going to break them down one by one and show you how to use them in real life. So make sure you listen carefully, because each compliment has its own perfect moment and way of delivery. If you get it right, trust me, bro, you'll see a big change in how she responds to you. All right, no more beating around the bush. Let's jump straight into the first one. 1. You have such a unique perspective. It might sound simple, but believe me, this is a super impactful compliment. Why? Because it's not just about the words, it's about the meaning behind them. When you say this to a girl, you're showing that you're not just listening to her, but you genuinely appreciate the way she thinks. For example, if she talks about something she loves, whether it's a book, a movie, or her opinion on a particular issue, don't just say, "Oh, that's cool. That's way too generic." Instead, say something like, "I've never looked at it from that angle before. The way you think is so different, and I've learned a lot." You know what will happen? She'll feel seen and understood. She'll feel like you're different from the guys who only focus on surface-level stuff. Girls love guys who appreciate their minds, not just their looks. This compliment works best when she's talking about something she's passionate about or thinking deeply about. And remember, bro, your delivery has to be genuine. If you just say it without any real meaning behind it, she'll know. So make sure you're actually listening to her before you drop this compliment. 2. I really love your positive energy. This is one compliment that many guys forget. Too many guys focus on looks, but someone's energy or vibe is way more important. Girls with positive energy tend to make everyone around them feel comfortable and happy. If you notice this about her, it will make her feel really special. For me, example, if you're at a gathering and she has a way of making everyone relax or lightening up the atmosphere, you could say, "You have an energy that makes everything feel better. I love your vibe." Positive energy is invisible, but its impact is huge. If you show her that you notice it, she'll see you as a guy who's attentive and different from the others. 3. You're so passionate about what you do. That's amazing. Passion is a magnet, bro. When someone talks about something they love, their eyes light up, their voice gets all excited, and it makes them even more attractive. Girls who are passionate about something are incredibly magnetic. For example, if she talks about a project, her work, or a hobby she loves, don't just say, "That's cool. That's too basic." Instead, add something like, "I'm really impressed by how dedicated you are to this. You can tell you're so passionate. It's really inspiring." This compliment shows that you're not just listening, but you also respect her effort and the things she's working hard for. It makes her feel valued as an individual. 4. You make everyone around you feel comfortable. This is one of the most underrated compliments, bro. Girls often have this amazing ability to make everyone feel welcome, relaxed, and included. If you notice this about her, it will leave a big impression. For example, if you're hanging out with friends and she gets the shy person in the corner to join the conversation, you could say, "I really admire how you make everyone feel so comfortable." Not everyone can do that. This shows that you notice not only the big things but also the little things that others often overlook. Girls will really appreciate it if you recognize and appreciate this side of them. 5. I love how genuine you are. In a world full of pretenses, a girl who's genuine is like a breath of fresh air. If you compliment her for being real, she'll feel like you truly see her for who she is, not some version of her that's trying to impress anyone. For example, if she tells a random joke or shares something silly, say something like, "I love how natural you are. You don't try to impress anyone." This compliment makes her feel comfortable being herself around you, and that's a super important part of building a real connection. 6. You always make everything more fun. This compliment shows her that her presence really has an impact on you. It's like saying, "You make my life more colorful," but in a simpler way. For example, if you're chatting casually and she turns an ordinary conversation into something more fun, say, "You have a way of making everything more enjoyable. I could talk to you for hours." This shows that you see her as someone with real value, not just as someone to chat with. Conclusion. So there you have it, bro. 6 types of compliments that not only make girls happy, but also make you stand out. The key is to be genuine and deliver them at the right moment. If you use them properly, the results will amaze you. Give them a try. And if you've got any cool stories about giving compliments, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear what happened, and your story might even help another guy out. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps.